Hi, I'm Edward and welcome to HR Hot Topics, where each week we dive into the hot button topics of employment law and human resources. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell if you want to see more of our videos, and use the hashtag AskHRHubPlus to get in touch with us on social media. Loneliness Week ran from 13th to 17th June, and this runs every year on the same date. The aim is to raise awareness of the impact of loneliness on our mental well-being and the practical steps we can take to address it. A recent survey by Silicon Reef stated that more than 2/3 of employees are struggling with loneliness and believe that it is their employer's responsibility to do more. Loneliness can have harmful long-term effects on individuals' mental and physical well-being. From an employer's point of view, this can also affect productivity, with staff more likely to start missing work due to stress, and ultimately retention, as they become disengaged from their co-workers and managers and thus more likely to leave. This, coupled with Mental Health First Aid England's recent findings that 50% of employees said that their employer did not conduct a well-being check in the last year, loneliness is becoming a real risk to employers and employees alike. Now, the million-dollar question: how do we combat this? Here are a few key things for employers to consider when dealing with loneliness in their staff. Take an interest in your team's lives. It may sound simple, but many managers don't take a clear and active interest, or worse yet, do not listen properly to concerns about their team's lives. If a manager asks a question but does not genuinely take the response on board, perhaps raising the information incorrectly at a later date, it will suggest to the employee that they don't matter or the manager doesn't care. Everybody has busy workloads, but time should be made to speak to your team members. Get to know them. Ask them about their lives and how they are. Importantly, this will aid overall team communication and promote a position whereby an employee believes they can talk to their manager about issues affecting them. Remember, little things in an employee's life, from birthdays to how they take their coffee, and act on these. Even small gestures such as making a cup of tea or coffee for one of your employees will show that person that you do care about them. They are not just another number in the organization, and that you are thinking of them outside of their role. It is part of making sure they feel valued, acknowledged, and appreciated, which in turn will mean that they will give their best efforts at work. Be approachable. If a team member contacts you while you are both working from home, don't sigh when you answer the call or give the impression that you are being disturbed. This can make the employee feel like they are a hindrance, and that feeling can make them feel isolated. If you are too busy, it can be better not to answer, and instead call them back as soon as possible, or to text or email to tell them that you're in the middle of something and agree a time for a catch-up. Just make sure you don't forget to return that call. Tackle exhaustion. As you take an interest and get to know your team better, it may be apparent that an employee is struggling due to working longer hours or not taking breaks. Make sure they feel able and encouraged to take breaks. Even ensure they see you making time as well to lead by example. Relieve any guilt they might have and actively praise them for having boundaries when at home and a work-life balance. To facilitate this, you may also want to dig down into their workload and ask how you can help, and see whether any tasks should be spread across teams. No one wants to be doing the work of multiple people. These may sound like simple steps, but it is often in these small but vital areas that issues arise. Many managers or leaders easily miss these steps due to their own pressures, and by the time they realize, it can be too late. Employees may already be disengaged, suffering in silence, and considering resignation. Time is of the essence, and acting now rather than later will help to prevent staff isolation or loneliness down the road. Thanks for watching this installment of HR Hot Topics. Let us know in the comments down below about how you deal with loneliness at your company. Use the hashtag AskHRHubPlus to get in touch with us on social media. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with the other videos on our channel. And we'll see you next time.